Life is non-linear. The way we feel like life should work, it doesn't work. The more we try to understand life, it becomes more complex. But it's not complex, but it feels like it's complex. Just because we perceive lives based on our experiences, based on only our perceptions, based on our wisdom, based on our choices, or based on the results that we have received. And that's what we do, and that's what we supposed to do, or we can do. But here is another thing. There is another perception. There is another picture that is beyond our ken. And we only can see the another part of the picture, another side of life, another perception we can have if we have some time to observe, if we have some time to question, if we have some time to reflect, if we have some time to talk, or if we have some time to challenge our choices, beliefs, narratives, then we can understand life properly. And that's how it works. And we all can do this thing. Everyone can do this. It's easy peasy. But we have to make some time. We have to prioritize our life. In my previous video, I tried to explain why some problems usually do not resolve. It happens we use all techniques. We analyze problem in all angles. We try to understand problem. We apply every single thing, but some problems remain unresolved. Some problems feels like are coming back right after working on one single thing. No matter which angle we try to tackle that problem from, but that problem still remains the same. Or sometime it gets intensified. And I came up with the reason or explanation. First of all, we put a lot more efforts. We drain ourselves. We choose comfort if nothing happens. And we feel like everything is alright. And sometimes we escape from that problem. The moment we choose every single comfort when we are at our peak of our emotions. And the moment we try to resolve problems without choosing comfort and sit with our emotions and try to understand things, then we may have chance to resolve that problem. Or after that, if we choose comfort or regulators, then it's a choosing of life. It's not an escape. It's not complacency. Therefore, some problem remains unresolved. But here is a catch. Not every single time it happens. Sometimes it happens simply because we drain a lot more than we should. Sometimes we are not able to understand clear picture. Sometimes we resolve wrong problem. Sometimes we interpret problem in a different way, but the actual problem is different. Or sometimes we simply try to resolve problem that doesn't even exist, or the problem that exists actually we don't even know about that problem, and therefore that problem remains same. So overall, what is the solution? We tried everything that we could do based on our understanding. So the only thing we can do, simply existing. Existing is the only thing that we can do to resolve any single problem, to live our life actively. Problems simply don't allow to control our life. Problems cannot control our life, but we let problems control our life and govern our mood, and we revolve our whole life towards that problem. And the moment we always keep thinking about problem, keep asking questions, keep challenging narratives, and do everything that is suggested, we only end up burning ourselves out. We only end up beating ourselves out. And we always keep closing all possibilities that are existing, and that's why problems remain unresolved. When it feels like something is impossible, but it's not impossible, it simply seems impossible because we haven't reached that thing, we haven't noticed that solution, we haven't figured out that crack that might be in that wall or the door that can open at that certain moment. And it feels like there was no door or the door was locked. But there is another side of that door, and we only can open that door when we have the vision, when we simply do not try to open that door. The more we push, the more that door will remain unlocked, and we end up draining our energy. So many times you would have noticed in your life something that was before your eyes, but you couldn't see that thing. It happened with me so many times. For example, when I bought my new phone, I lost my charger in Jaipur. That was original adapter. I tried harder. I tried to find that charger in my luggage so many times, and I unfolded everything deeply, but I couldn't figure out. I checked out all pockets and every single corner where I could check. Somehow I ended up buying new adapter. That was not original, that was slow. Until 6 months, I kept charging my phone with that slow charger. And when I returned back from Jaipur, I was simply unpacking my things. And then I found out the charger was wrapped in shawl. Overall, again, I was trying too harder. I was deliberately waiting for a solution. But the moment we do this thing, we keep ourselves away from that solution. The moment we simply put too much focus, then we lose our energy. And then our mind literally loses its bandwidth to see beyond the point that we should see. And it limits our ability to focus and perceive things. And that's why it happens. The only thing we can do, we can perceive problem in a different way. And the moment we perceive things in a different way, then solutions come up. Impossible things seem possible. Or sometime we figure out what exactly it was. How do we understand this? If we let our life flow, if we prioritize other things in our life, if we simply don't let our life revolve around problems. We have our relationships, we have our career, we have our health, we have our hobbies, we have our other priorities in our life, we have our side hustles, we have our goals. But the moment we only keep working on one single thing and avoid everything, then our mind can't have that space that allows itself to have different perception, to figure out what exactly it was, or how can I resolve this, or am I resolving the right one or the wrong one. And that's what it's called in KUFU, that is a Japanese technique. Hold your problem, engage with your problem, and then be available for that problem. Hold your problem means always keep that problem in your mind, but do not over prioritize that problem. You know, here is a problem, and you already have tried everything. You don't need to waste your whole life on that problem, every single moment on that problem. You have so many things to work. Just work. Allow your mind to have some rest by assigning different tasks. And keep doing this. Stay patient. Solution will come up. But it will come up through perception. Kufu doesn't assign you the solution. It will simply make you understand that thing. Engaging with your problem means you are thinking about your problem, but you are not deliberately trying to resolve that. You are doing other things in your life. Or sometime when we do any specific thing, solution come up through that thing, through that solution, through that specific task. Like today, I was reading something on Instagram. There was a story which was about a snail was trying to race with the rabbits. Rabbits were winning every single time. Snail was slow, and it thought maybe I should work harder. It worked harder. Again, it tried to participate in that race. Again, it got lost. Second time, it thought maybe I need to have some skill. So it again nurtured some skills and participated in that race. Again, it got lost. Now, one day, rain happened. The track was slippery. Now, all robots were not able to run. They were getting slipped and they were feeling hesitated. But that was a chance for that snail. And now that snail was easily moving fast forward. And this time, that snail secured victory. So, overall, the main thing was sometimes we show up with the wrong place. Sometimes we try to resolve the wrong problem. And that time, that snail learned that lesson. And I learned that lesson too. Maybe I was resolving the wrong problem. Maybe I don't need to become more. I already had what I need. And that kind of perception we only can have if we devote ourselves towards life. So devote yourself towards life. It's your life. You have right to enjoy it. No one asks you to live your life by simply keep resolving your problems. Life is not about resolving your problems. Resolving simply just an indication to get through situations and thrive in your life. And life is not only about getting grown every single time. We grow when we enjoy. We grow when we spend time. We grow when we do something that literally makes us happy. We grow when we do meaningful things. There are so many ways to grow, but life is meant to live too. So do not stop living life. And stay available means always keep some time window when you are not doing anything. Sit with yourself without phone, without distraction, without in the company of anyone. Just sit with yourself. You don't need to think. You just need to behold that surrounding. You can sit without thinking. You can sit without doing anything. Just try to be in that space. And it's easy if you try. The more space you have, the more you'll be able to find that specific solution. Or you may feel like that thing was possible, but somehow I was not able to see. It was beyond my eyes at that time. But it was available. I just avoided it. But then you start seeing that thing because your mind had that much energy to perceive things in a different way. And you may figure out the right problem. You may figure out you might join up with the wrong place. You may figure out you are tackling this problem from wrong angle. Or maybe this problem doesn't exist. And that's what Metsuke says. Always pays attention to every single thing, but gives only that much attention that thing requires. It's another Japanese technique. Everything is important, but it doesn't mean that you lose focus on other things too. And when we live life in this way, then things become easy, life becomes satisfactory, less painful, enjoyable, and even problems don't seem impossible. And in this way, we can live a better life, a meaningful life, a purposeful life, a life that brings growth. That's what I wanted to say, and that's what we can learn in that space. Live your life actively. Don't let yourself stuck in the loop of all problems. You are not meant only to resolve your problems. You are meant to breathe. You are meant to rest. You are meant to work. You are meant to nurture balance in your life. So when you stop trying, you start working on that problem. When you stop applying knowledge, then knowledge that you should apply, you are applying that knowledge. The moment you are not waiting, you are attracting, and that's what matters. And that's what you should do, we should do. The more we wait, the more we chase, the more things go far away. And that's how things work, because we lose our abundance, we lose our content, we chase that solution, we feel worry, we feel desperate. We don't need to be desperate, we shouldn't be desperate, but it's natural. And the moment you stop resolving things in that way, you actually start resolving things. And that's what KUFU says to us. KUFU simply makes things visible and possible to resolve, even with your perception, even with your narrative to narrate things. Even simply a framing can bring different energy in you, and you can find other possibilities. And that's what happens when we start living life. Albert Einstein would do the same thing. When he wouldn't be able to resolve any theorem or any formula or any calculation, then first he would try to resolve problem. After spending enough time, he'd play violin. He was a great violinist. And it is again called slow multitasking too, by shifting our focus from one thing to another thing. And that's what we can do to allow our mind working on different things, and then let our mind start having work on that specific thing which it was working on. It's simply the kind of a given break to our mind so that it doesn't get burnout. So keep giving break to your mind, keep giving break to yourself, keep living life, keep feeling life, keep enjoying life, and keep embracing life. And this way you will learn to embrace imperfections. You will learn whether the problem was in you, whether the problem was from outside factor. And that was the overall undercurrent of this discussion. So bring the smiles on everyone's face. Make the world a better place to live. That's all I gotta say about this. Signing off, Vivek Kumar, your buddy. Bye bye.